Welcome, guys, to another electrifying episode of the Sprints by On Point podcast. And this is actually episode 2 of season 2. And listen, this particular session is going to blow your mind. I have some amazing guests in the building, and I'd actually allow them to introduce themselves. So, over to you. Welcome, ladies. And let me ask, how are you doing? I mean, one by one.
We are fine.
So
I'm
you're
actually fine.
okay. I was thinking you were going to be the
Individually
spokesperson for.
No, individually speaking, I'm
You're
fine.
fine. Okay,
I'm good.
you're good.
Yeah.
I'm great.
I'm okay.
Yeah, cliche answers, but sure. Fine. But then let's go to getting to know you. So let's say I'm just going to leave the order to you. Just tell us your name, what you actually do, and you can probably drop a fun fact. Just something very light, so anybody can take it up. Portia, you've been nominated. Do you all agree that Portia should go?
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay, so stay against them. So Portia, you have to. No. You have to take it.
Hi, I'm Portia.
Okay.
I'm the accountant at onpoint.
Okay. Then the fun fact.
I have none.
Are you kidding?
Portia likes African printing.
I mean, like
Okay,
you
I
can
love
see.
African
Yeah.
stuff and put it out. Or
Yeah.
wooden stuff.
Because right now, she's sitting here, and
Yeah.
you have an ambassador.
African queen.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's it.
Tourism to the world.
Okay.
Yeah. Ghana to the world.
All right. Honey.
Hello, everyone. My name is Honey O, and I'm the HR for On Point.
Okay.
One fun fact about me is, so my name is actually 3 names: first, middle, and last name.
What the honey?
Yeah.
It's two. Like if.
Yeah, I had to do it like that because like the English name, but generally speaking, it's 3 names.
And what is
So,
it?
HA, which is a half, is my first name.
You are
So
kidding.
your name is Ha.
I don't want to.
You are kidding.
Please
I-
don't call me by that.
Oh my god, that's such a discovery.
Me, then O. What's the
What?
honey?
So you mean I can call you?
So
Nee?
you've been lying to us.
Please, honey.
Okay, honey is
Wait,
fine.
wait, wait, wait. I can call you Nee.
But don't say honey in a church because when you call, like
Yeah,
when you
I
receive
mean-
a call,
I
you hear
mean-
something like honey.
I mean, you know-
Everybody will.
Truth is,
Are you
the,
recording all
so the guys sometimes have a problem with, with mentioning the honey because.
Oh, okay.
You don't
It
know.
sounds
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So you,
I get
But
it.
hi
it's
honey.
good-
Everybody
it's-
thinks it's
so,
a man.
bro. Sorry, bro. I said, bro.
No.
I'm going to be doing knee from
No.
now on. All right,
No.
Eunice,
All
let's
right.
hear from you.
So I'm Eunice Akumenyi-Abua. I'm
Okay.
with the sales and business development team at onpoint.
Okay, great. And one fun fact.
I'm learning to be unconventional.
Hey,
Hey.
Yeah. What's that supposed to be?
I like it that you're doing my job for me.
Oh
No,
no.
no, no.
Oh my God, you are good at your job.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so I think most of my life has been very rigid
Okay,
and straightforward and very conventional. So
Okay.
sticking to things as they should be.
okay.
But I mean, lately I'm learning that it's good to be a bit flexible and learn
Okay.
as you move. So yeah,
I mean, I have questions for you.
no worries.
We'll come to that.
No.
Okay, let's hear from you.
Hi everyone. My name is Sandra Adi. I am an Atlassian consultant at one point, and
Great.
also a project.
Allow. And a
It's not meant
product.
for all of us.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a product manager too. We'll find out about the products, but yeah.
Sure. All right. First of all, I'd like to say thank you for agreeing to do this. I know it took some level of ambushment to get you all here. And guys, listen, these are like mountain movers at some point. They are very big. They have busy schedules. Listen, take it or leave it. These people do amazing. Okay. And I mean, today's conversation is not, too far fetched. It's going to be quite intimate. On some grounds, not going to poke into. Oh, come on, guys, ease up.
Yeah, we are very
Okay,
comfortable.
my very first one. What has 2025 been like so far? I mean, we are in the 4th month. That's the fifth actually. Wow, that's crazy. It means that the date is someone's marriage date is getting closer.
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, we're in the 5th month. Okay, of the year. How has it been so far?
So far so good. Like
Okay.
that's been okay. There are months where you don't know what's happening, and there are some months where like you have your stuff figured out. you can see that, oh, I have a future. But there are certain months they are just like, Charlie, let's let the year and then another one start again, so I can new year, new me again. So yeah, so far so good.
Okay. A lot of bulbs are going on, like literally going on in my head. But then transitioning from last year, okay, this is not like a follow-up question, but transitioning from last year, did you feel like, okay, whatever has happened in the past year should go, this new one will be some time to recover or like to properly start?
Well, personally, I made like specific goals for the year, right? So I had to let go of last year. Wasn't fun. Last year was something else. But I was happy to start 2025 to see how like it's going to go. Like trying to have more control over the months and the days to make sure that like you achieve something. But like, last year was like more freestyling, yeah, letting the days go by and then see how far you.
Great. Okay, so Eunice, tell us about your first quarter. I mean, should I say 1.2 quarters?
I mean, it's been interesting. It's been intriguing. I've learned a lot. I think I handled my first project at the beginning of this year, so
Woo!
yeah,
Okay.
it was quite
I mean, you tell us more, but
insightful. I mean, I think that was the groundbreaking point for me at the beginning of this year, having to start the year with a project. But all in all, it's been great. Yeah, it's been great.
I see. Honey,
Well, my year so far has been okay. I mean, I can't complain much compared to last year. Uh, I mean, I had goals, and one of them is to develop not in terms of like workspace but personal as well.
yeah.
Yes, which is something I'm still working on. So, but I'll say compared to last year, this year is going well so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know the past episode one, I think Calvin mentioned personal, and we really entered personal. I like that.
Oh, no,
Let's say
no,
it
no.
was unprovoked. It was unprovoked. Now that is here,
Okay.
we're gonna walk around it. Okay, Portia from Africa.
Um, this year, in terms of work, it's been a lot. Or
Okay.
let me say, a lot of responsibilities henceforth.
Okay.
It's sort of overwhelming. I think this year is going to be a great one, not just work, but
Yeah.
like Hani and Sandra said, there are goals I set for myself, and even before the end of the first quarter, two, were fulfilled. And the next one will be fulfilled soon, and I can't
Amen.
wait. And yeah, it's not work, but I feel it's a really good milestone if I'm to like get it done. So yeah.
Are you starting a new clothing line or something?
I'm ready. I want to be your first client, actually.
Like I'm ready to invest.
No. Yeah, maybe.
I mean, so if you want to start that, you have to.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, here for
I
you.
You have
think I
financiers,
should.
like you have
Because it
models.
comes
and-
very
yeah.
easily.
Wait. Okay. Maybe out of the three ladies, you have finances, you have models.
Oh, but yeah, I mean, we
Fantastic.
can.
I
do
mean,
it.
we can do everything, literally.
True Christ who strengthens you, I
Yeah.
believe it.
It's tough, but I know with God everything will be fine. So yeah, I wait to see what would happen, especially in terms of work.
Okay.
But so far so good. Yeah.
That's pretty much interesting because, the fact that you're not just talking about work, but then it doubles down to personal life. Like, you have some milestones you hope to achieve, and it's even in the pipeline. I think in the previous episode, I mentioned that entering the year, I was not super excited about it. Like, there was just something that didn't move, and in January, I think one of the most used words was locking quarter one.
Yeah.
That thing was all over. I was like, God, okay, like if everybody's trying to lock in, what are we looking out for? But I think to have some sort of a regimen, some sort of a system helps in seeing that you have a destination you want to get to and where exactly you want to pass to get to where you want to get to. Definitely there'll be distractions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but then keeping the focus. So let me also ask I feel like you are all tense.
Oh, no, like
No, we are very relaxed.
I mean, there's a camera, so you don't expect
Okay.
like regular behavior. You have to be very calculated.
All right, so let's go to before you came to On Point. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, let me even ask, how long have you been with On Point? Let me start. No, we started with Portia there. So Sandra,
Started with Sandra actually.
hey, we start. Okay, the recent round. So then you.
It's I think in March 2025 was 2 years. Yes. So yeah, perhaps
So
2
this,
years now
like-
before.
Oh, okay, 2
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, since I joined On Point.
Great.
Yeah.
I see you're trying to So, honey, it's actually been 3 years.
Yeah, I went to national service.
What?
Yeah, I think internship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember. Honey, Eunice also.
Came in like
internship.
I think
Yeah, but not
it's
permanent.
been a while actually.
How long?
I mean, I think it'll be more than 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah,
Oh, great.
or 3 years.
It's
yeah,
3 years.
because
No, I think it's 3.
no, I interned in level 300,
Yeah.
then 400,
Oh.
then national service, then now.
now-
Yeah,
Wait,
so-
wait. So if it's more than 3
Then
years,
it's-
it
it's-
means
no, it's
that
supposed to be.
Sorry, so
It's supposed to be. I think it's
3
supposed to be
years.
3 years.
3 years.
Because then
Yeah.
when she was intending, she was in level
300. Yeah.
so 400 passed. Then now she
Yeah.
came to do a service and an additional year. that
Yeah.
currently in.
Yeah.
So it makes a lot
3
of
years.
sense.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
Adi.
3 years, 3 years.
3 years.
Joined through national service, stayed after service, and yeah. No,
Okay, that's great. I mean, you don't care to ask my, but I won't.
so 3 years.
So
to,
I mean, I know it didn't start with wanting to necessarily be in a space called tech. For me, I was coming from a place where I had the orientation that tech is literally the IT department. I have a problem. Charlie, sort me out.
I want
can't-
to fix my laptop.
Yes.
Yeah, my
Sort me
keyboard
out.
is
My
not
keyboard is not
working.
working. Sort me out. But then, I mean, coming to a point, I realized that there's so many facets to the whole conversation. You get it. So let me just ask, like, what did you study in school? What did you have, like, planned for yourself? That this is the roadmap. This is where I want to go. This is what I want to do after school. And then, I mean, you find yourself here now. Sorry. Eunice, will you start?
All right, sure. So, I mean, my roadmap was quite
I
straightforward.
like it. She said roadmap. Yeah, that's a big deal. And I'm not
The blueprint.
I did have a roadmap. I remember when I joined as an intern, I think one of the first questions I was asked the first day was if I had an IT job that was paying me about, let's say, 15,000, and I
CDs.
had, yes, CDs.
Hey,
As at that time, yeah. And then I had what I wanted
See,
to
I
do.
promise I know who asked you this question.
I can also
You
guess.
gotta-
And what I wanted to do, that's I read psychology in school back in UG. So what I wanted to do was to be a clinical psychologist. Yeah. What would I choose? And I was being paid 5,000 for that. I was like, I'll follow my passion. I mean, I'll definitely be a clinical psychologist. I'll never end up in the IT space. That was very funny. And everybody was laughing. I was like, oh, these people are looking at me, you know, like
Yeah.
they don't believe in my
That-
dreams. But coming down to national service, I mean, being in the atmosphere, I think it wasn't necessarily the IT that caught me. It was the culture we had here and the family we had,
Wow.
where even if you can't do it, you are empowered to try and make the mistakes and fail, and you'll be corrected along the line. So I think that was, I mean, psychology, then IT. Yeah.
Really? Psychology? That's a
That's
serious jump.
Yeah.
serious.
But-
jump.
I mean, but if you really think about it, with what she's doing now, at some
She
point,
still needs,
like
yeah.
you still need that, like, because I mean, she's mentioned that she's a BD for what the Atlassian suite.
Yeah.
You need that. Come
Yeah,
on, you
definitely.
need that to really tell even consumer behavior, the thinking patterns,
Yeah.
what exactly would trigger the pain points for them to open up for the conversation of even wanting to like transform. Charlie, I'm speaking the hair. Listen, I'm really speaking. Is my camera?
Nuggets of wisdom.
Okay, so honey,
Okay, so I attended Central University, majored in HR.
say it again. Which school did you attend?
Central University.
That's the
Private university. Okay.
Oh,
We get that.
okay,
we
the
understand.
private,
We are
that's-
private. Not even
It makes
government.
sense.
Private.
still
It's fine.
tops a lot of
It's
the public
fine.
ones,
It's
but
fine.
that's not the conversation.
We will take that for
Yeah.
today.
which school do you attend? Which school do you attend?
University of Ghana, of
Oh,
course.
Definitely, that is a school.
Shall we,
I'm in
shall we
Nkrumah
listen to-
University of
shall we listen
Science
to
and
that?
Technology.
Listen.
Science
Listen.
and
Listen.
Technology.
Listen.
Thank you.
Listen, we'll find an episode where we'll address this.
Well,
particular-
don't worry. Right now, it's just like let's let it go.
Alright.
So I majored in HR, and my second choice was actually IT.
What?
Yeah, my second choice was IT. Initially, I wanted to do computer science, but I was like, nah, let me just do HR because my sister is also majoring in HR. Like, in case I need anything, I'll just easily go to her and she can assist me. So I decided to go on with the HR. Well, I didn't like, not I didn't like people, but I was always this timid person. I was always to myself. So I decided to go for HR because for me, to enable me to socialize with people.
Okay.
Because HR is like a people
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yes. So and it has helped me actually. If I didn't do HR, I don't think I'll be sitting here. Seriously, like, I wouldn't talk. Like I can't do this.
You don't come
she-
off as a quiet person, though.
you-
So
That is after.
yeah,
she's
after you have
No,
known,
yeah.
and yeah.
But-
HR has
yeah.
changed
I mean,
it.
Just so you
Yeah.
know, I also attended the Prime Private University. of
Okay,
Ghana.
prime private, everybody prime. Okay.
While I was there, I mean, I saw Honey a lot, and
I'm
super
always,
selective.
like,
Like she's always with
walking.
like
Cafeteria room.
if it's this person the whole time, and she walks in a straight line.
Like someone is chasing me.
She walks in a straight line.
I mean,
So I really get the fact that if not for that particular, because that's people currency, it has been like it's been able for you to blend when it comes to, because
Yeah.
I mean on a normal day, come on, think about it. I don't think Honey will even come and sit here
yeah,
on a
what
normal
do you
day.
talk to you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God for HR.
Yeah,
Let's see that.
a whole lot. Like I'm actually glad I took that course. 'Cause,
Wow.
like, it really changed a lot in my life.
God, I mean, that's a huge sense of humor God has. Because sometimes you think about certain destiny, like in the time being, it might not necessarily prove that,
Yeah.
because it's strange.
Yeah.
It's strange.
Well, I
If
think
you ask me, it's
that
strange.
was it for me.
Yeah.
I was doing things during the COVID.
Well, like things like those.
Yeah, so I think Hani has answered, so maybe I can also. So I did marketing in school, business administration, marketing from the best university in Ghana and
Which is-
Accra and beyond.
Listen.
Do you have anything to say?
If you paint a light blue, black, it's still a light.
Well, okay, I attended Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology.
sure.
Let me repeat again, of Science and what? Technology.
Sure.
So yeah, I did marketing, business administration marketing, and during the COVID, I just decided, well, let me take like basic programming lessons, HTML, CS, build so funny thing is, when I was interviewing for onpoint, I mentioned that I want to become a front-end developer. You know that. Like, I was so excited because I had just learned like programming languages, and I was very excited to like further in that field. But I have a degree in marketing, so what do you do after school? You have a degree in marketing, so obviously you would want to pursue marketing. So I came here, I applied for a marketing role, and then I got in, and then they asked me, oh, I see something on your CV. I see like a basic programming language on your CV. Would you want to join the IT department? Do you think you stand a chance of like being in that department? I'm like, yeah, I can try. So I remember I called Ben, and then I told him that, well, what if I fail? Can you bring me back to marketing? Because like I don't know anything about what I'm coming to do. I just want to try, because like I know that I have learned something about IT, but I don't know how it's going to like come into play in this field, because IT is broad. You can't say, when we say IT, everybody thinks, oh, it's programming, but like selling products is IT and all that. So yeah, so that's how come I got into onpoint, did marketing, interviewed for a marketing role, then I ended up as an Atlassian consultant.
So tell me, like, in case you're embodied as marketing, like, just humor us. How that journey, like, just tell us about that.
So, well, when I came the first day, and then I think became almost the same day.
Yeah.
And then I realized how they were excited about the marketing. I have a degree in marketing. I wasn't excited as they were. Like, I wasn't excited. They are thinking of hashtag Jira this. I'm like,
Oh my god.
sis, I don't think I can fit into this field. And then like we had the likes of Fosin, who was more niche to like LinkedIn. You were more of the Instagram social. And I was asking, so what will I do? Traditional marketing or what? Because that's what I know. Like what they fail to tell you is what you learn in school. It's not what you meet on the market.
I was
Yeah.
actually going to ask that what did that entail? Because it's really come to mind. I did what communication and media studies, and hearing you talk about that you have a degree, like I'm wondering like what exactly, because were you looking at the traditional media tools, like what were you looking
So
at?
I wanted to charter in marketing, by the way. I wanted to become a chartered marketer. Like I have a whole mood board
Wow,
of the
that's
things, social
nice.
media manager, this and that. And then all of a sudden this happened, and then like my life just changed, like 100. Like all the things I wanted to. It's not like marketing is not a good role or something, but I realized that as a person, I wasn't so excited. In school, I was excited. Like, I liked the whole project. My project was on consumer behavior. So I did something on Pizza Man, Chicken Man, and
Yeah.
all that. It was very exciting. I liked talking to people and all that. I worked in a bank. I was doing a little bit of marketing. I was very excited. And I come here and I realized that, well, it is not what I was seeing.
Thinking, yeah,
And now where I am, I'm enjoying it. So I have to give up the marketing dream for now. But like Ine said, what she's doing, what she studied in school is playing
some
playing
sort
it
of a
what
role.
she's
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the same for me, because as a consultant, as part of your job, you are trying to sell the product to the person. Anytime you do a demo, the client provides you with their problem, you are trying to sell the product to the person. Well, this is what Jira can do. This is what Jira can do. This is what Confluence can do with Jira. So you are trying to sell the product to the person. So it has really helped. Like, the marketing is not in use now, but it has helped. Same as home econs. I also did home econs. I think I only cook for myself with that degree. So that's just it. So
Great, excellent. So, Africa.
I studied Bachelor of Science in Administration, accounting major.
See, I was going to jump. It was something like something medical.
For real.
Bachelor of Science. Yeah.
At the University of Ghana.
yeah.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
Premier
Yeah.
University.
I will support my siblings.
Yeah.
Private sector, you can have your way.
Yeah.
Actually, roadmap. My dad wanted me to be an engineer. I don't know what. He liked the sciences, let me put it that way. And it got to a point, I think, when I went to SHS, Holy Child. He
Oh,
wanted me to do
wait. Say that again. Let's go again.
Holy Child.
Oh, sorry.
I'm a
thought you
Hobson.
said. Sorry, I think you said Wesley Girls. That's the school.
No.
So what are you saying
Oh,
about the rest
listen,
of us?
listen. That's the school. I'm an affiliate, but
Okay, sorry. Holy
thank you.
We understand.
Wesley boy.
We understand the
Wesley
affiliation.
boy. We are fine. It's okay.
You get the coded message.
Yeah,
eh?
yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah, I
do.
like it. I get it.
But yeah, I liked to deal with numbers or figures, let me put it that way.
That's
it's
why.
something I liked. Why what?
That's why we've been seeing dots passwords. When our pay,
First West.
when the person.
Why? You see your salary plus 50%. No, what's the 50% supposed to do?
Yeah, I have to give you the exact thing.
Okay,
Okay.
you let's go.
So, in Holy Child, yeah, I studied business, and for some reason, I wanted to be a banker at a point. But my very first internship with a bank in level 100 took that thing away.
Wait, tell me about it.
I don't know what it is
I
with
don't know
internships.
why, but I think it was a very good decision to even do the internship in the first place.
Wow.
Because in my head, I wanted to be a banker, and for some reason, my sister is a banker, and my dad sort of knew people who were in
Yeah.
the banking. So
Yeah.
in my head, people leave school, they don't have jobs and all that. So
Yeah.
in some way, it would be easier if I should just, do banking. Because definitely,
Yeah.
I'm not saying push you there, but you
You're
see, sometimes
sorted.
you need
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
You need people
You
to
need
get
people.
you there. But after the first internship, I just couldn't. I don't know why, but I was doing internship. I was closing with these bankers. sometimes 8
Yeah,
o'clock, 9
because
It's the
o'clock.
same thing.
they have to keep the tail, and nobody leaves until they close the
Yeah,
tail.
they were like, no, I'm not leaving. Yes, you're an intern, but you're a worker. To
Yeah.
them, you are a
Yeah.
worker. So for some reason, it just left. I just couldn't. I was like,
Disappeared.
nah, hey, I'll go to work early in the morning, come back at this time. I was like, no, I
Yeah.
can't. And it just left. But I loved numbers. So accounting was like the closest I could do or think of. So yeah, I did accounting, had my internship, national service at a very nice place.
Wow.
I mean, it's not. We are not doing a paid ad out of
Right, right.
Yeah, at a very nice place, and then got retained. Worked for I think 2 years or 1.5, and then I left to On Point, which I'm still doing the accounting stuff. Yeah, basically that's it.
Interesting. I mean, you all have very unique and genuine stories.
I wanted to
You-
add up
yeah,
to
sure,
the
sure.
banking thing. I think most of us wanted to become bankers. So.
Oh, so
Yeah,
I
perhaps
have
maybe
a,
the way
I have
they
a
dress.
story.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
have a
know. It was
story.
very attractive.
I have a story. So I think growing up, anytime my parents, like my grandparents especially, yeah, my mom sometimes, they meet a family member like, hey, Abeku is going on. Okay, he's like and I had dimples at a very early age. Like, oh, hey, you know,
So
I'm still-
fresh
Yeah,
from the
still there.
the
beginning.
fine boy license.
Yeah.
And we used say, hey, bank manager, and I think it has some way of drumming into your head.
Yeah.
This is what I
Yeah.
wanna do. So I really didn't have I was still trying to find out what exactly it was. Because even I think there was something how I knew I was going to do art in senior high school was I wrote a poem. I sat there and put words together, and I think I read it. It was something like that. I read it before the class, and everybody was like, did I copy this from somewhere? Is it from then I was like, okay, it means that there's some power in my writing. So let me, little did I know that even the speaking will come and join in even expressing myself. So doing my service at a bank, I was like, okay, I mean, Charlie, speak it, you fake it until you make it. Yeah, I was here. So I mean, this is where, but bro, oh no. no, see, no stones to the bank, no negative stones.
Yeah.
But I get to understand that everybody's make is different,
Yes.
and how they can actually accommodate certain scenarios are different from how everybody can
Yeah.
do them.
Exactly.
Like she's saying, once the bank is closed, once they close their doors for transaction, it doesn't mean that they've actually.
That's when the actual work
That's
starts.
when the actual work
Yeah.
starts. There are checks that have to be cleared up, the back office, there are tails that need to be closed. They need to balance the front office cash with the back office cash. And it's like it's
to
quite
balance.
it needs to balance. I
Yeah.
remember a day it didn't balance. Yeah.
When is legal?
See, I do experience that for like the thing, like it didn't just tally. And apparently there was an oversight in the transaction that was done during the day. So I mean, putting all these things together, I think you just realize that okay, this will probably not be the way. Even when there are extensions of what we want to put you on probation for a period of time. I mean, that whole thing. And sometimes when you're working out of those agreements, your parents feel like, you know how difficult it is for people to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it all works out.
Yeah.
I think life has some sort of like way of working out, especially for people that are still trying to find it.
Yeah.
People find it at 30 and
Yeah.
they bloom massively at
Yeah.
35.
Yeah.
People find it at 70
Yeah.
and it's and I think like time and chance happens to them.
all. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
So I mean, listening to your stories is beautiful. I know it's inspiring some young girls out there who'd probably want to
Yeah.
dabble, who'd want to. I mean, I know you want to add something.
Yeah, so for me, I had the chance to choose between a bank and On Point, and that was like a very big decision
Yeah.
because when I was joining On Point it was a startup.
Yeah,
So like
I like that.
telling,
I like
a startup.
telling your
no,
parents,
it's not.
no,
You
like
see, that statement was a
Was.
but
it was.
I mean,
What
literal.
a short
This is
period
literal
of time.
startup. Yeah.
Like,
what a
startup,
short
startup.
period
Yeah.
of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when I started On Point, we were like 10 or even less than 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like having to choose between a bank, like everybody knows that well, a bank is
Established
prestigious,
institution,
like
yeah.
everybody is
The
very
security is
established,
there.
Yeah.
and then you have to choose between a bank and a startup, and like it was a very tough decision. I remember crying because I was telling God that if I make mistake, if I make mistake and I go somewhere else and it doesn't work out for me, what will I do? Because you know, in Ghana, everybody, you are done with school and then you do your service and you want a job right
Yeah.
after. And that was it for me. Like I didn't want to stay at home, and I knew to some extent the banks, you might go home.
You might. You just
You might. It's a 50-50 chance. It's who you know, and then it's also your ability
Yeah,
to
and-
do your work well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also the sort of number they pushing.
Yeah.
Already there's an existing number. There's an
Yeah,
number
yeah,
already.
yeah.
So what's the probability that
You would make
Exactly.
it. So yeah, it was just like that for me. And like she said, internship at the bank showed me that
This is not
this
mine.
is not my
Yeah.
this is not my space.
That reminds me. The bank was where I realized that listen, what you study in school.
Yeah.
really-
Cause
Yeah.
for me, I did more of customer facing, and then I used to make calls to customers and everything, and I can't speak Tree. So like I have to call a customer, oh please come for an ATM,
But,
and I can't speak Tree. So do you know what I
Why
do?
is it you? Sometimes a guy.
Yeah, I can't speak Tree. I'm gone. Like
Really?
So, yeah.
No, even
Let's
the
try
details.
something. Let's try something.
Like if you put me
say this in tree.
like
No, say this in tree. Tomorrow I'll come to work.
meba ochina.
Actually, I'm one, maybe I do.
Meba ejuma ochina.
Okay,
Ochina meba ejuma, something like that. Like it was so hard trying to do this because like I'll get a long list and then I'll see, you know, they attach the ages and everything. So I'll cancel all the 80 somethings out and I'll call the 1990s and then because I know they can speak English. It was so hard. And then sometimes my manager will shout at me or a customer will shout at me and I will cry.
Pray your manager doesn't watch it.
And it's very funny because I'll be wearing a nose mask and you can see the tears and she'll ask me, are you crying? I'm like, no, I'm not crying. That's when I knew that no. I loved it. Like I like the fact that I was running errands for everyone. Also, one thing I want to say is, for me, the bank wasn't niched. It's not like on point.
Yeah.
Where from the beginning, I knew that this is where I am going.
Yeah.
The bank, I was running errands for everyone.
I think, yeah, once you enter like that, you're a poster boy for everybody.
Yeah.
Like, you have
I
to-
was doing photocopies. I was opening accounts. I was calling for ATM. I was doing everything. I was buying food for everybody.
starter pack.
Yes, and it was fun because I was learning things. Like I was learning little bits of everything from everyone. But I knew that like this is not like a niched area, somewhere
Yeah.
where I would really learn something. Because if you ask me, what did I learn? I cannot tell you.
But then, side note, that system also has worked for a lot of people.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, it has.
definitely.
It has. We will definitely not sit here and downplay what the efforts the bank.
Yeah, because
no,
for me, I think it has made me be able to talk to people.
Yeah.
Because I had to talk
That's
to
a-
people
like
that
a
are
breaking point.
Yeah, exactly. Like you know, in the banks, you have to call people by their names.
You do.
It's very difficult to call somebody's mother Agnes or Benedicta,
I was
but you have to
threatening
do
that
it.
I'll be deducting some money off my pay because I can't do the first name.
Yeah,
Auntie,
but like you have to
auntie,
do it. Like
uncle.
it helps you develop some level of confidence to
Yeah.
talk to people, whether young, old, any age. Like not even in a disrespectful manner, but you can talk to them on that level where they understand that you're a professional. I'm also a professional.
Yeah.
So it really helped like in coming into like this space because now I'm able to talk to people. I'm a very shy person. You will not believe me, but I'm actually a very shy person.
It's good that you're telling us.
Yes, but I'm actually a very shy person. But like it helped like to be able to talk to people. Like I'm very shy in my head.
Okay.
Because so I before I talk to you, I'll probably like thought
Very
of it.
calculated.
Yeah. So it really helped. So that's just it. The bank
Really?
helped, but it just made me realize that there's more to me. Like there's more like
Yeah.
I want to do.
Yeah.
So,
'Cause
yeah.
That's pretty much interesting. Like we can literally share the same experience. But then let me ask. We can't take it away that the tech space is more like a male-dominated area. Okay. And definitely you had thoughts when you were entering. And even when you came, even as you came, the boy to girl ratio.
Yeah. Man
I mean,
to woman ratio is
just
crazy.
talk to me. What was that entire process like? Did it feel like a challenge, an overwhelming something, or even as you entered, you realize that there's more of a growing space. Everybody, like, it's literally the sky that every star can
Yeah.
pop out. Okay, so what was that like?
I think okay, let me speak to on point because that's what I can
You
do.
want to speak to one point? Yeah, don't worry. They're watching.
I don't think we've ever had that gender thing here.
Everyone is
So
the
it makes
same.
it easy to know that. I mean, Sam is literally on your head, like he's on the guy's head. You get it? Like the pressure they give to the guys is the same pressure they give you. And the sales he's making is the same thing he wants you to make, and even better. So sincerely, the idea that tech is a male dominated space, it rarely comes to mind. Yeah, it rarely comes to mind. And I think it's easier because, I mean, you're at a place where your talents are also nurtured. Yeah, I mean, not because you're a lady, so you can't do some things. No, you're in a space where you are entering the rooms where the guys are also entering, and they even give you the opportunity the more. I remember ITSM Connect, there was, I don't remember which one, but
Well, I'm not cutting you.
Yeah.
ITSM Connect is Africa's premier ITSM event organized by On Point.
yeah,
This is a very paid art.
yeah,
You know, Eunice, please go ahead.
yeah. So I remember ITSM Connect, there was an instance where one of the guys came to call me to talk to a CIO.
Yeah.
And I was like, why me? And that time I was in national service, so I didn't feel like I had the opportunity. But after engaging, you feel like I can do this. My boss doesn't have to be the only person that is doing the speaking. So I think the gender thing has never worked for us.
Okay.
Here in On Point.
Okay.
Honey hasn't said anything.
Yeah. I think the last time we heard a voice. The last time we heard a voice was what? Computer science.
Yeah.
Please say something.
Oh, like you just said.
No, we are not doing copy and paste here. Like,
Just last
yeah.
He said everything. Like it doesn't apply here. So like I didn't have that in mind. Like IT is like male dominated.
Yeah.
Yes. So no, I don't.
Okay.
Yeah. So for me, I have had the chance to work with more of the males because my
course.
department
Yeah,
is all
exactly.
men, and then there's just me. There's nothing
For
like
now.
for now. I'm
Yeah.
believing another woman
Yeah,
to
for now.
embrace. Maybe we can employ Eunice.
I mean, it's in the pipeline.
Yeah.
so,
But like,
we also need some.
yeah,
We do.
you need more women or men.
My department.
Yeah. I think you have enough women in your department.
I think
Do
you
we?
need.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think accounts.
I mean,
has
call
the
me a
most
department
women.
leader, but we don't.
Yeah.
We don't have in
Yeah.
accounts has the
You
most.
know, like
Yeah.
Imen,
Are you sure?
It's just
Amen.
even.
It's just email. Like you.
Lucille.
No, Lucille is sales.
No, listen.
Okay. So yeah. So for me, I've had a chance to work with
So, dear founders, this is a note to import.
more women. More women.
Okay.
But yeah, like for me, I work with the men most of the time, and there's nothing like, oh, Sandra is a woman, so she can't do this, or Sandra is this, so she can't do this. The times where we had migrations and we have to sleep like the next day or something, nobody's saying you're a woman, so go and
You
sleep.
will do it.
Please,
No.
you are with the men, and it's good like that because it doesn't make me see myself less.
Yeah.
Achalugo, you do it.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. It's you don't see yourself like, oh, I'm a woman, so they have to treat me specially. You are giving equal treatment. You are given the same task. You are supposed to execute the same thing. They don't see it that, well, he's a man, so he's supposed to know this. You're a woman, you're also supposed to know it. And that's how it has been. I think it's a little good that, well, I think for me, I've enjoyed only woman privileges because I'm the only girl. So sometimes there's a little bit of, oh, like when I came first, I was the only lady, and then Calvin and Chris. So most of the time, if I can't do something, I'm going to take it to Calvin. Calvin will help me. Then I'll go and submit it to Chris. But I realized it wasn't helping. And then Calvin realized that, well, I'm giving her like some preferential treatment. So he started treating me the same. If you can't do it, go and look for answers. And then that's how it has been. But like, there's nothing like, oh, you're a woman, so well, we are going to give you something that is less difficult, or something that is easy to do.
That's it at some point.
Yeah, everybody's the
Everybody has
same.
an equal shot.
Yeah.
Like, we don't change the guns because
Yeah, and then if you are collecting blasting too, you all
It's the
collect.
same thing.
Everybody, you collect it as it is. Yeah, you collect it.
So now let's talk about. I think it will probably be the last thing, the culture. Okay, honey, this one you and Portia will be first. because I mean, if you think about it, they really sit at
peak,
that's the peak
yeah.
of the whole culture thing. Because you know,
Yeah.
what has it been like since you started? What has it been like?
Okay, so first of all, I'm going to start off by saying, during school, um, I think around 2019, that's when the pandemic came,
Yeah,
right?
COVID.
Like, weren't my batch weren't able to have any internship
Yeah.
or any, like, let me say, work experience, right? So like, this is my first,
Yeah.
like, on point is my first, like, work experience.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Yes.
I think Sam has been speaking to you mostly.
Yes. So like, on point is my first. And when you're talking about the culture, like I said, I haven't like experienced like other
Yeah, to compare.
comparing to on point, but I would say on points on points culture is actually great. I'm saying this because when I joined, I realized that well, I hear stories, people saying that, oh, like, be at my company, like, maybe if I can't do this, like, I get frustrated, like I get shouted at, like, complaints and all that. But on points, I realized that, you see, because I'm doing something a little bit different from what I majored in.
Yeah.
I always go to Ben because I was assisting Ben by then. So if I don't know something, I'll go to Ben. Ben will take his time and like take me through, like,
Walk
I'm
you
a
through.
toddler. Yes, and not just even Ben or like my departments. If I'm to work on something for someone in another department to continue, and I don't know anything about it, I can go to anybody in any department, like, hey, oh, can you help me with this? Person will gladly help. Like, just because.
Why can't you do it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go find it out on your own and all that. It doesn't work like that here at some points. Like, people, when it comes to like in terms of being friendly and a family like
Yeah.
oriented, on point is like one or the best when it comes to that. So yeah, I'll say culture wise, on point is the best. I would also say I like the culture here because, like I mentioned, we are like a family. If you have issues, not like always work
Yeah.
related. Yeah, like personal issues, like we talk about it. We help each
We
other.
are still going to watch Sinners, by the way.
Let's go to the
Anyway,
cinema.
some people hear that thing that is a mid movie. I don't know why they think so.
Boy,
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm going to watch it again.
Y'all need help. but I think some people do also come from a perspective that crossing the boundary of working to has its extremes. But I think on point has found a good good balance.
We have.
And it actually even happens beyond these walls.
Yeah.
It goes like on a day we can tell that this person not on the
Yeah.
right. Charlie, what's up? Like, what is it? And we find ways of just alleviating those very low moments. Posha, like how you're looking into your camera.
Oh, I think the culture here is great. Yes, that's because I'm coming from a different company. It was great there too. I'm not
Oh yeah,
shaming.
sure.
Hey,
Oh yeah, it was.
you
Oh,
going
we
to
were
watch?
very, cool. Yeah, colleagues and all that. But let me say,
Really
with
cool
on
that you can hit
point-
kinky with them.
kinky with them, or maybe my colleagues. Oh, where that. But when it comes to culture, let me say this. Yes, it's great and everything.
Gosh.
The bossy thing is not really there.
Yeah,
not at all.
labels.
No. And maybe especially Ben, because like Honey said, he really takes his time to,
Shout out
Shout
to
out,
the director.
shout out to director.
He's getting his I mean, I'll be good at saying too.
when-
so-
Well, this is the only one in your department. We can't
Actually,
say.
I'm not even in his department.
I'm sorry.
Funny
Sorry.
enough.
So, guys,
We can't say that. We can't say that.
But I mean, we love you all the
Yeah,
same.
yeah.
Oh, working under Ben has taught me a lot, especially because there's somebody under me trying to, get some things done. And sometimes maybe it pushes me to do something, but he just comes to mind with the way he takes his time to explain certain things and all that. He's very, how should I say? Would you call that caring? I don't really know, but
hey,
he's considerate.
and
to
he's
be
also
honest.
married.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's married.
Oh, please.
Has a child.
He's
Married and has
kid.
a child.
A very nice one.
A very nice,
Very, very
Yeah,
beautiful
yeah,
boy.
yeah.
And
Like,
that
he
boy
takes
too
his
is
time
going to be married.
and all that. So let me maybe this is just an appreciation, sort of.
Hey,
Oh, wow.
y'all appreciate. Yeah,
We're all going to do that.
y'all appreciate your leaders.
No, that's because
I mean-
he's not a micromanager. Let me put
Yeah.
it that way. Ben gives you the time. Do what you have to do. His is get the work done.
Yeah.
So it's broadened my mind to explore. Maybe there are certain things previously I didn't know in terms of taxes and all that. But because it gives me that freedom, that free thing to do whatever thing, it helps me. It broadens my knowledge and all that. So yeah, the culture is very good, and I hope he keeps it up. He shouldn't leave like a lot of things.
Yours is not a
So, yeah.
micromanager.
Like I
The
said,
microwave.
Charlie, for real.
No, I know. When she said microwave, the only thing I heard was microwave. I don't know.
Everyone is appreciating their leaders.
Oh,
I think I need to do
But-
For,
but
for yours in
sincerely-
particular, I have a beef with him. But
So
anyway.
well, shout out to Calvin, by the way. Calvin, very, very caring leader.
What is this?
You're not doing it, so let me do it.
Listen.
Listen,
The question I asked you is
let me
Sure,
start,
bro,
right?
sure.
So what am I even about to say? So like she said, you are thoughts and then
it's not
you
even your
learn.
10.
Yes. let me just add this. It's not my turn, so I should wait for my turn. I can actually wait for my turn if you want.
Good things come to those who wait.
But I've already started, so let me
The
finish.
kingdom of God.
Yes, but there's this learning culture in onpoint that I think you won't get like at most places. You don't know something, you just need to ask. But don't always go and ask. Sometimes you have to learn it on your own. I'm sure for Portia, she has learned something, but the next time she's not going to ask the same thing that, well, Ben taught me this today, so I'm going to ask him to teach me something else. I think that is how it is at onpoint. I've learned a lot from Calvin. I've learned a lot from Sam. Calvin is a very calm gentleman. When he enters the meeting, he owns the meeting. That's one thing I've learned. Sam is going to show you that, well, I know my stuff. I know my stuff. And then I think there was this time, Abeku brings
hello.
love to everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
To the table.
Yes.
To the table. To the table.
So yeah, like I was saying, there was this time I had to join a meeting and I didn't know what to say because I wasn't prepared for the meeting. Like I had notice of the meeting like a few minutes before the meeting started, but I remembered Sam and how he's going to ask the question, and that's what I channeled. So that day I was telling myself I'm coming to channel Sam out, and I channeled Sam. Everything he says, so typically give me a scenario of how everything happens. That's the same thing I was saying. And then the meeting came out well. He had feedback that we did very well in the meeting. Trust me, I wasn't prepared. But because I have learned from him,
Yeah.
I knew that, well, this is how it's going to go. Same as Calvin. Calvin would do research. Calvin will not enter a meeting without doing research. He probably looks like someone who is very laid back. But that when he knows, like when he puts his mind that I'm going to fix this or I'm going to solve this problem, I'm going to solve this problem. And that's what I've learned from all of them. So like there's this learning culture where you have the chance to learn from other people. It's not like we are in a competition with each other. Like everybody's like, well, if I don't do my work well, like this person is going to pass me, this person is going to earn more than me. I think it's more like we are on a leveled ground where we are all growing. We are all learning from each other. I've learned a lot of things from a lot of people here. I am very calm, but not so calm. But I've learned to be calm because like everybody here is quite calm. You have to like you have to fit the rules. So yeah, it's more of like a learning environment where you can learn from everyone. So
Great.
yeah.
Great. Has Annie spoken?
Yeah, Annie has spoken.
Anyway, she's just keeping composure, so I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, you know.
All right. So, I mean, with the culture, I think I agree with what everybody has said. We are allowed to thrive, actually. We are allowed to make mistakes. We are allowed to fail. I think I didn't like failure till I got to onpoint.
Oh, you have to learn how to
Oh, yeah. Onpoint teaches you fall face flat. And you would have to get up with that face and still do that thing that same day.
True.
Yeah, so I mean, the culture is great. That opportunity to learn, and sincerely, I think it contributes to why most of us probably are more happy coming to the office than working from home. Because when you're coming to the office, you are coming to people that are like-minded, people that help you thrive, people that make you feel like you're family, people that don't step on your toes, and people that even when you fall, you make the mistakes. I mean, you apologize and you're good to go. So I mean, that culture makes it easier, especially for those of us that on point is seemingly our first working experience. I remember when I did my internship at the hospital, the first thing that made me not want to do clinical psychology again was working at the hospital. I saw how people were treated and it looked like everything was a competition. My on point is not like that. You have the opportunity, even with our colleagues outside that we've never met before. You work with them and you realize that somebody will be talking and they'll be like, is this person your colleague? Like, we've never seen each other before, but the culture we have, the respect, the ability to help each other and help each other thrive. It's sincerely the best. I don't know if there's any other place I would describe as better, but so far, yeah.
I
So
mean,
far, so good.
I like the. Listen, just as we are saying, on point has another staying hand.
Yeah.
Like, you need to execute.
Yeah.
You need to deliver. Yeah.
I think
You are making it look as if, oh, well,
try it.
It's on point that made me understand. You see, normally when somebody says they're working from home,
Yeah.
exactly. I
it's
want
a
to say
holiday.
that.
Yeah, on point it's
Let's
not.
try it.
In
Not
fact,
yet.
I work more than
Yes, when you come to the office, it's
I
true.
work more at home than I come.
It's
like
actually
I do
true.
in the office.
Yes.
Like
true.
it's crazy.
Well, if you like, try not working at home and come to work the next day.
When people say that, I'm looking for a remote job,
Yeah.
It's the hardest you've
Like,
ever
I'm like,
do.
Are you sure? Like, are you sure you're looking for a remote?
Yes.
Because I think from the start you're really not prepared with this level of freedom,
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
level of space.
Yeah.
So you need to come around. Like, you need to get used to it. Because
Yeah.
listen, me from the get go, I was
I'm lost.
Yeah.
What is happening?
and why I have to explain to my folks every morning.
That you
Exactly. I was
actually
about to
working
say that.
from home.
African parents, we actually work. Yeah, like
So
initially,
I'm like,
African
I'm sitting on
parents
my
don't
laptop.
understand that this is what is
I'm
happening.
sitting on my laptop, probably in a meeting.
Do you actually work?
Then maybe my grandma come. Magical time. Sorry, that's true. That's like
Take buy something for me.
Like, do something for me.
trying to whisper about a meeting. Like, which work has you staying in the room? Like has you staying at home? Like, how is that possible?
Yeah.
So it's just as we are narrating, it has its step. Listen, you need to deliver. You need to be accountable. You need to
Yeah.
respond.
Yeah.
You need to execute. It doesn't want to end at the ideas alone. Yes, Sandra.
Yeah, so I think the freedom makes you also know that you have a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
Don't think because you're working from home, so you can relax. We have accreditations, right? We have certifications.
Exactly.
Yes,
You have to
This
like
Friday.
you. This Friday we have accreditation.
Have to remind
We will think, we are working from home. Like I said, African parents don't understand that there's something like working from home.
Yeah.
Me, I struggle.
Wait, the girl is coming around.
Oh yeah, my parents have come around because, when you call me once or twice and you hear that I'm on a cold, or I tell you, please, I'm very busy. Next time you won't call me again. And I think they've also learned to appreciate that these things happening around the world.
Mhm.
They are used to. Our parents are used to the traditional way of working. My dad was
Okay.
like more like, his brother came home and I realized I was working from home, and I think his brother asked him, what's she doing? And I think he felt like, he probably thinks like I'm not employed or something.
So this.
Yes.
My grandma wants to know somebody on the floor.
Wow.
Like, so how she said it, she didn't really say.
Yeah.
So the person comes, I'm literally around. I was moving around, and the person like, my cool. But didn't you go to work today? I said, but he's behind his computer. He said he's working. He's watching something to talk to someone who are not.
Exactly.
And I was like, hey, let's go.
Yeah.
He gets. I know where this comes. Listen. If you know how much of a muscle to convey these lyrics
Right.
get on the podcast, and they don't even want to end the conversation. We've actually gone past our mad time.
I'm so happy.
Please, I'm just but before we leave, I just have some trivia.
Okay.
I'd love to take maybe your sense in what you actually tell a younger person who is actually trying to. They are in tech, but not actively facing the forefront that roles in given tech.
Yeah.
So, what in a breathless what will you tell? Very short. If
Your
I see-
younger self or what?
Oh, any younger person, any person on there, like,
I think I'll say don't box yourself.
don't box yourself.
Yeah. The world is, I mean, it's even round. It's not a box.
Boss.
I mean, come to think of it, if you box yourself, you go and you hit a corner, you can't go further. But it's round, so you are able to move, explore different places, explore different directions. So I think that's what I would say to my younger self and to any other person. Don't box yourself. The world is too big. I mean, yeah, it's too big.
If I didn't do like, what's that? Like
Yeah.
this.
Not necessarily, but like Eunice said, yes. The world is round and all that. Yeah, be open. I think growing up, or not even growing up, I am very. How should I say it? I keep things to myself. Let me put it that. I like, dealing stuff on my own, that kind of thing. But I realized, you need to, open up. Sometimes, it's not even sometimes, you don't know everything, okay? The pieces you get from people helps shape you.
Mm-hmm.
And also from, let's say, a movie I watched, or it's one of my favorites actually, Miracles from Heaven.
This month, I don't want to see the first one.
Oh my god. Oh no, Miracles from Heaven. The little girl said something. We get there when we get there. You might not be where you want to be now, but trust me, you'll get there.
Oh,
Have that faith.
Us.
Yeah, believe it and work towards it.
Yes.
Everything will be fine.
Yes.
And you'll be amazed at the results.
Wow.
That's so.
Wow.
That's it. Now you said box. Someone said, now
Miracles
open
of
the box. Open the box of miracles. Sandra, look at me. I know how many. That's what I'm giving you the last.
Take risk. Calculated risk.
Okay.
Don't be too serious in life. Allow yourself enjoy things.
Yeah.
Don't be too rigid.
Yeah.
Enjoy life.
Yeah.
So take very calculated risk. I took a risk to be at some point. And I'm
Enjoy
I'm
life.
enjoying it.
Yeah.
Take
Enjoy
risks.
life.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yes, very present.
Okay, I'll say because like there's this notion that IT is male dominated, that shouldn't stop you. You'd have to that shouldn't stop you from, thriving in that sector. You'd have to with resilience and persistence and hard work, you make it. So yeah.
Sounds like the schools.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think there's this quote that will probably summarize this session. How we get here doesn't really count, but what we do whilst we are here
Yeah.
Really counts.
may count.
Definitely.
Okay, let's go straight. Actually, that's deep. I think we'll do
Very deep. Very deep.
That's
Very
deep.
deep. Very deep.
that's actually like it summarizes our journeys together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the trivia part of this session. So I need just two of you. You nominate just two of you.
Portia.
No.
Okay.
What?
Who do you nominate? Who do you nominate?
I nominate myself. Yeah.
Yes. Good.
Yeah.
Who do you nominate?
Portia.
You have to probably nominate
Honey.
so that the two of you.
Yeah.
But okay.
Honey.
So Ryan is Portia and then you.
Yes.
So what are you guys laughing at?
I want you to leave one other question for the next guest. Okay.
That's serious. I think I'm nominated.
Take risks. Yeah.
So leave one question. You can ask the guest. You are mentioning.
For the next guest, wow. I mean, the normal me would ask, who is the next guest? What's the topic and all of that. True. I think the question I would want to ask the next guest is, what is your motive for doing what you are doing? Yeah,
Yes.
simple as that.
Oh, yeah, sharp.
She just took my deep.
She won't.
She has.
She's taking it.
Please move.
I'm so
Hey, just when you mentioned answer, have you ever been in a class the math teacher has left a question in the board, everybody solve it. You even have your answer.
Yeah.
Then, like the second in the class, we go to the math teacher and tell him that say there's a problem with the question.
That's how we will stop solving the question.
Share your question. You can leave a math question.
Yeah, you like numbers anyway.
What are the 6 is equal to 3?
Let's go with the thing. Yeah.
Let's see.
If whoever that is was not in on point, which other career path do they think?
What makes you think the laziest thing you from 1 point? Okay, so then I would probably be if they were not in
Yeah.
Where they,
career.
yeah.
Where
Which career?
great.
And why?
Excellent.
What?
So now this is a one-word challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to point you, mention the person's name, and just give me a word you think describes the person.
Wow.
Okay. So, Portia, Bing. One word. Don't think too much. Time is taking.
Considerate.
Considerate. Okay. Eunice, sound. What is it?
So, there are so many words in my head right now.
Passionate.
Hey, what the fuck are you going to say? I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, it's passionate about
What do you love after that show? Yes.
some. Natural.
Nature.
Yeah.
Okay. Sandra.
What is that thinking?
Sandra. Rafa.
No, I mean,
Why did you answer the question? Don't make something. No, calm. Cow.
Yeah, calm.
Okay. Honey. Adams.
Creating.
oh,
No, it's fun. What? Right.
Now to all of you. I beg
Fantastic.
delight. Delight. Yes.
True.
Delight. Fantastic delight.
True. Karen.
Hey, wow. What's your
Like all around person.
Yeah.
Yeah, like what?
Open. Open.
Then,
You know,
Yeah.
Open. Extrovert.
all right? So that brings us to the end of this episode.
oh wow. Thank you.
Thank you, Apple. Thank you, Apple. Bye.
That is a great job.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I actually can give you a better.
Another host than I myself. Sure. I know you wouldn't have probably been like, as excellent as this, but sure.
That was.
It's how people are not saying anything.
I mean, shut up.
Shut up.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Amen.
God bless you too.
I hope that when we call you again, you will rush.
Yeah.
Definitely. We'll think of it.
Now the anxiety is up.
yeah.
So guys, thank you so much for joining in, and stay tuned for the very next one. Peace. We out.